Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Monday, March 6th. So welcome to Monday, Moon Day. We are in the full moon window in this Virgo energy. Of course, the moon in Virgo is looking to solve some problems, looking to reorganize and restructure our inner realm, our narrative, our dialogue, and our physical realm as well. We need to put everything back in its place. We have to create order where there's been chaos. This is a full moon energy, so there is an illumination of some heaviness, of the weight on our heart space, on our head space. We need to unearth it. We need to let it rise to the surface of our awareness so that we can sort through whether or not we're taking it with us into the new astrological calendar. So this is going to be a heavy day. First of all, we're in the full moon energy. Go ahead, listen to the forecast, download your moon guide. But also, this is the last full moon of this astrological calendar, and this is the last day that Saturn is going to be in Aquarius energy. Of course, Saturn, the Lord of Karma, shifting into Pisces energy just about an hour after the full moon peaks here on March 7th. So we definitely have some intensities really building in these energies. We are looking for a boiling point, a breakdown point with this full moon in order for us to release a whole lot of weight from our energetic field. That, of course, is going to help us close the door on some karmic chapters that have got us to this particular point and open the doors for new opportunities with new life lessons and new karma coming at us when Saturn shifts into Pisces. So there are 9 different aspects here today. 8 of them involve the moon. The moon will be making an awkward interaction with Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money, who is in Aries energy, starting her brand new year cycle. She is bold and brave and courageous to be able to be a straight shooter and really identify what it is that she wants, needs, and desires in life, especially where her relationships are concerned. The moon in Virgo, not so happy about the impulsivity that Venus is currently sitting in to take action. We're not in a time of action. We're in a time of just recognizing what it is that we want to take action on and letting the lunar phase really support us in letting go of the details that are clogging to actually move forward. It is nice to percolate on what it is that we want to go ahead and actually, go on a mission and a quest to pursue. But the moon in Virgo is very grounded, and this grounding energy does not work well with the Aries energy. It can be a little bit of a shitstorm, if you will, for agitation, for frustration, for nervousness, for anxiety, because that Aries energy wants us to take action, wants us to make moves, wants us to blaze a path forward in obtaining whatever it is that our heart space is asking us to kind of bring into our realms, to be happy, to be safe, to be secure and stable. Right now, the moon, especially at the full moon window that we're at in this Virgo energy, just wants a time out for us to analyze all the pieces, to strategize the path moving forward, to really take a good look at the variables and the consequences because of those variables before we make any kind of move. The moon will make a harmonious aspect with Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires in this Gemini energy. So the moon in Virgo and Mars in Gemini, they have a lot in common because Virgo and Gemini are ruled over by Mercury. So there is a commonality here. Emotionally speaking, the Virgo energy wants us to kind of analyze, plan, strategize what it is that we got going on, especially with the new ideas that we are wanting to take action on. That's where that Mars energy comes in. And so what we can find here is that we are inspired, we are motivated, we're actually hyping ourselves up, we're getting excited about this new adventure. Now, granted, we do need to pump the brakes. We're not in a place or a time of taking that action, but again, we need to hold the vision, the dream, the goal very strong in our mind space. Virgo energy, mind over matter, what we focus on, we actually bring to life in this physical realm. Mars is eager, ready to go whenever we are gifted with that green light go ahead to actually bring to life some of the ideas, Gemini energy that Mars has been sitting in, into our physical realms and reality. The sun in Pisces energy sextiles, which is a beautiful interaction with Uranus, the great awakener, who of course is in Taurus energy. This is going to be a beautiful vibe for us. Now, granted, it's going to be a very small window of good vibes because we are in the full moon, but this is going to shine a bright light on where it is that we are willing to make a change. We are willing to adapt to a new situation, to a new circumstance, to a new scenario, to new ideas. And even more than that, this Uranian energy likes to push us out of our comfort zones, likes to kind of think outside of the box. And up until this point, many of us have just been holding on to dear life, to the old circumstances, even though they might be uncomfortable, they're predictable. And at this particular moment, with this particular energy and interaction, there's like a breakthrough. We're like, damn, you know what? I'm ready to charge forward. I'm ready to put myself out there in a way that I've never done before to see what it is that I can create, because I know what I'm going to get if I continue to do the same old, same old. This is like an epiphany, an aha moment. We are being downloaded with either solutions to some long-term standing problems. We are being downloaded with new ideas, new inspirations, new perspectives, new understandings. There's a total shift in our mental plane, and it's working very well for us. We need to be a little bit more flexible. Of course, we're in Pisces season. We need to go with the flow a little bit. We are pushing our ability to do better, to be better. That's what that Aquarian energy coming from the Uranus, I'm going to say, fixture is all about. Uranus rules over this Aquarian energy, but we also have Saturn, the ruler of karma, in the 29th degree of Aquarius, really kind of just supercharging this particular Uranian aspect and bringing forth all of those Aquarian qualities. We're looking to be innovative. We're looking to be progressive. We're looking to do better, to be better, to create better. And this is a high vibe for us to feel like, guess what? We can do this. We're ready for this. We know that there's going to be tough parts. We know we're going to be challenged, but we are prepared to take that on because we want something different other than what it is that we've already got. The moon goes ahead, trines, which is a beautiful energy, with the true note. We get the trine because, of course, Virgo energy is an earth energy. Taurus energy is an earth energy. What we get here is some fine tuning, recognizing where, especially in our routines, our relationships, and our money matters, we have to emotionally sort out what we're happy with, what we're not happy with. We have to take a good look at what we're not happy with, see if we can improve it at all, or whether it's dead weight and we have to cut it off altogether. We're in a full moon energy. This is the time to release, to surrender, to let things go. But we are definitely getting a little bit more analytical with the highs and the lows, the everything in between where our physical realms are concerned, so that we can start sorting things out and lighten the load again, to move into this new astrological calendar. This screams change. This screams transformation, because the moon in Virgo goes ahead and makes a very positive interaction with Pluto, the great transformer himself. What I love about Pluto and Virgo energy is that both of them do a deep dive in the psyche. They are very, very interested with how it is that our mind works, what it is that our narrative kind of dictates for us, where it is that our inner dialogue either builds us up or breaks us down. And we're able to pinpoint the small, little, tiny, nitty-gritty details of our inner workings on what it is that we need more of and what it is that we need less of. Again, really going through this inventory stage, if you will, of trying to figure out what needs to stay, what needs to go. The moon in Virgo will directly oppose and sit across from Mercury, who rules over this Virgo energy. So this is a big deal. Mercury is in Pisces energy. Virgo and Pisces energy sit across from each other in the zodiac wheel. So emotionally, moon, we are looking to kind of break things down, analyze things, pick things apart. We're trying to make sense of our emotions. We're trying to kind of intellectualize where it is that these emotions came from, what it is that we're going to do with them all. While Mercury, our headspace, is over here in Pisces energy, so freaking fluid, just kind of focus more on the big picture. Emotionally speaking, we're caught up in the smaller details that's going to make that big picture up. Mentally speaking, we're so focused on this dream, this goal, this vision, we could care less how it is we get there. We just want to get there. So this opposition does kind of scream at the fact that, emotionally and mentally, our heart and our head not on the same page right now. They're trying to get on the same page. Our goal is to strike a balance here. But as of right now, there are some opposing, polarizing, dualistic types of points of view. And again, we talked about this in the ascension forecast this week. Take a listen if you haven't already, about how right now we're kind of getting stuck, not seeing the forest past the trees, right? This is a prime example of that. So the moon is going to go ahead and make positive interactions. And I love this. Here's a rundown. This happens over I'm going to say the last half of the day. However, it's a consecutive order because this is a positive interaction with Jupiter in Aries energy, then in Chiron in Aries energy, then with Venus in Aries energy. So what we got going on here, first of all, the planet of growth and expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings, Jupiter, of course, magnifying for us what it is that we have plans to do. Right? We're sorting things out emotionally. That moon in Virgo, we need to break things down into smaller little pieces in order for us to see how they click together to make the bigger, greater, grander whole. The Aries energy is a fire energy. It's initiating. And fire energy also helps us to burn away the energetic elements of our past that we're not taking with us into the future. So there's a huge magnification, a huge volume being turned up on where it is that we are preparing to create new opportunities for ourselves, where it is that we are preparing to put ourselves out there in a new way, and where it is that we are essentially testing the waters with this new identity, this new, I'm going to say, version of ourselves. We're not there yet. We're picking through the details. We're trying to put them all together, but we're definitely feeling fired up and inspired to think about what it is that we are jumping into and what it is that we will then create. The aspect with Chiron is a positive one as well, which means that there's a huge amount of healing taking place. We're doing a deep dive in our mental plane because of the moon in Virgo. We're also digging up where it is in our heart space that some of these emotions got created out of a tainted perspective and a non-understanding of some of the situations that we've been in. And when we kind of unearth some of the things in our mental plane and override the narratives and shift our perspective and understanding, it has a huge domino effect on us releasing the heavier weight of emotions that we accumulated due to the perspective and understanding that we once had. This is indicative that we are making a huge transformation in our heart space, that we are definitely whittling things away, getting rid of the gunk, so to speak, and lightening the load as we move into this full moon, and of course, preparing to move into a new astrological calendar. The last aspect is with Venus, also in this Aries energy. And so what we're kind of figuring out right now is the smaller details that we need to actually operate upon, starting with our inner narrative, how it is that we're speaking to ourselves. Where is the self-love, the self-value, the self-worth in our inner narrative, in our inner dialogue? That's a big deal. Where in our routines, in our daily lives, do we have to make more efforts to create a space to have more happiness, joy, and pleasure be a part of our day-to-day? Where in our relationships do we need to boss up and ask for what it is that we're currently lacking? Where do we need to identify where it is that we need more safety, security, stability in our lives, where love and money is concerned? And where can we boss up to new levels of creating boundaries that are going to protect ourselves? Again, this is a serious glow up for Venus. She's starting a brand new chapter. She is empowered in a way that she hasn't been empowered in a very long time. And emotionally speaking, we are looking at the smaller details of our heart space, of what makes us happy, what brings us joy, what brings us pleasure, what provides us with a sense of safety, security, stability. And we are piecing these smaller little pieces together in order to reveal the greater, grander plan for this new vision, this new dream, this new goal.